Generation 2 Plasticon review! Woo! Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover another Generation 2 toy. Surprise, surprise. Well, I'm talking G2, I'm talking Generation 2 Grapple. Here's G2 Grapple in his gigantic crane mode. You guys obviously can tell this orange has always been as orange as it could be, but he's got a lot of gold. There's a lot of gold here, a lot of GPS. He's got this entire like crane arm here is completely GPS, not to mention the cab, his forearm, or more or less motor portions, along with his rear portion here. These are obviously die cast, so they are painted gold. It's very awesome. I do like this toy a lot. This thing really does go well as a G2 ensemble. I do like the fact that the figures still work just fine inside the cab. You're able to swap out the Diaclone drivers for any other type of driver that you would like to put in there. I do happen to have a spark plug and spike, so these guys scale very well with this entire robot. I do like the fact that the entire ensemble, when you have Artfire and Grapple and Infernal all together, these guys look really sharp as an entire team. I do like the fact that the boom on him still extends very well. It's awesome. I love Grapple. He's always been one of the coolest. And it's just nice to have this decent reach that this thing has. It does raise up all the way. You can go completely up with it, which, you know, obviously you can tell way out of camera. But it's a very decent sized boom. It's not bad. I do like this. The only thing I can ever really gripe about on this toy, this doesn't swivel. It's literally locked in position. It does have a working piston piece here that you can push down. It's actually conveniently cut so that way it will actually fit on the power generator box here in the front. Works really cool. I do like that. The cab itself just kind of flips forward, and then you're able to just put your driver in there however you want to do it, whichever driver you feel like putting in there. Because these little Diaclone dudes, they work so well with him. I do like it a lot. It's a very awesome piece. Anyway, going more into the detail of his Fusho crane. The Fusho is actually a brand that's over there in Japan. This is a modeled after a late 70s, early 80s Fusho truck design, and it was obviously, you know, used on Inferno as well. Same truck, just a different array here on the back. Versus a hook and ladder, you've got the gigantic crane. I do like this a lot. It's an amazing piece. I just like this. This thing just fits so well with the whole G2 scheme. He's got a nice G2 emblem right here on his boom, not to mention one right here on his cab. It's really nice, especially, you know, when you get in robot mode. It works very well. I do like the fact that he does still have a little bit of chrome here and there. Not a whole lot, just enough, just to kind of break it up just a little bit. He also has these nice little cautionary stripes here that go across the back. It's pretty nice. And you see a little bit of the kind of techie detail, but also see this as a control panel for the crane itself. When obviously you don't actually have a cab in the back here in order to control it like you would on good old Hook here. Hook actually has a control piece here on the back, and obviously he doesn't have quite the reach that good old Grapple does, but it does have the rotating, which, you know, kind of missed there a little bit. But anyway, looking more at Grapple here, I do like him. He's awesome. He's a very cool little crane truck, and you know, you don't see many of these anymore. This is a really odd thing to see in Transformers anymore, is a crane truck. I've always thought that was kind of odd that they wouldn't, you know, reissue anything like this or make anything like this anymore. I just don't get it. It's like, get away from this and fire trucks, what's wrong with that? But anyway, let's go ahead and go into that whole transformation gimmick, because you know, that's what everybody really wants to see, right? Here's G2 Grapple in his robot mode, and he looks absolutely fantastic. I love this robot design. This is probably one of my favorite robot designs that ever came out of the Transformer universe, let alone Generation 2. He does scale very well with Diaclone size figures, because he's just massive. I mean, he really is a very large robot. And this kind of gives you a little bit of a scale of how big he really would be if he was a real, you know, actual robot that turned into a crane. I do love the fact that the entire cab portion is the chest, and you can see through it obviously because you put a Diaclone driver on the inside and it looks like he's actually operating it. It does have a nice little welding arm here. It can also be used as a gun. I do like that a lot. And obviously in our fist here, so that way, you know, he can hold guns and whatever you want him to do. It does have a lot of decent detail, especially in the noggin. I do like his head sculpt. His head sculpt has always been very cool. Almost looks kind of like Prime without a mask, but I do like it a lot. Love the idea it does have yellow eyes to go with it. And just having a G2 emblem right here on the chest, you know, it fits very well. It does have those nice big gold stompers, and it's fantastic. You know, it's just awesome having this guy in my collection. He's probably one of my favorite. I do like the fact he does look very good next to good old Artfire here. I do like him a lot. He has a bit of a loose foot, but I do like how these two here really look good together. Not to mention, you know, whenever you bring in good old Inferno over here, because Inferno is awesome too. I do like how these guys do look. They look great together. The entire group as a whole just looks really tough and just ready to just stomp Decepticons or whatever you want them to try to do. I do like the fact that, you know, although Grapple is more of a construction type of character, he could also assist in removing debris and such, especially if these two others, you know, if Artfire and Inferno are trying to battle an entire fire, maybe like a skyscraper or something like that, then he can come in and just help out with like cleaning up the mess. That's one thing I absolutely love about these guys. And you know, it really kind of helps pull the entire machine robo, just all that awesome stuff all together, you know, because Car Robo is awesome. A lot of people out there really do like these kind, and I personally think this guy is the top of my list for just designs out of the Transformer universe. I absolutely love this G2. He is so cool. I love the gold plastic. The gold plastic just really makes him pop, and it's amazing how just a subtle little change from just being completely an orange truck, just add a little bit of gold, bam, there he is. He's so cool. I do love it. Is it scary? Yes, but it's awesome. And who doesn't like crane trucks? I mean, seriously, who doesn't like construction vehicles? I mean, I know a lot of you guys out there are Devastator fans, but come on. This guy, you know, he's kind of a loner. He's out there on his own. He's doing his own thing, so, you know. Anyhow, this has been Plasticon. This has been yet another Generation 2 review, because, you know, G2 is awesome, and I love G2. But anyhow, this is me signing off. I'll see you guys around. That's it for now. Bye. Peace out.